Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing a full face of makeup that I hate. So these are all of, in my opinion, the worst makeup products out there. And obviously these are things that I've tested numerous times and I just could not get to work with my skin, or that I didn't like the texture of, the finish of, the coverage of, all kinds of things like that. So yes, if you want to see me do a full face of makeup using products that I think are just not worth it at all, that you need to avoid, then please keep on watching. So first up, I've got this primer by Model's Own. This is their face-based face primer, mattifying face-based face primer. They say that this is an oil-free primer. This is in fact one of the oiliest feeling primers I have ever used. It comes out as like a clear sort of consistency. I sort of warm it up with my fingers and then apply it, but honestly it leaves like this incredibly greasy, oily residue on your fingers, and then it then transfers onto other things when you touch it, and it melts off my face. So I'm not too sure why it's called a mattifying oil-free primer. Also, can we talk about my skin? I had an extraction facial. Oh my gosh, I've got all these tiny like little scabs everywhere. They look like breakouts, but look at this one on my nose. It's going to be interesting seeing how we go actually covering up these bad boys, because obviously I'm not using my favorite full coverage foundations. I'm using my most hated foundation. So we'll see how we go. Oh, it smells weird. It smells like pine tassel. Did you ever have like a pine tassel bath when you had chickenpox when you were younger? That's what it smells like. Ooh. Okay, so next up I've got two of my least favorite foundations, the Tarte Amazonian Clay Stick Foundation and the Makeup Forever HD Foundation. There's probably going to be a lot of you who are like, girl, why do you not like those foundations? That's my favorite foundation. So I just wanted to quickly say, any of the products mentioned in this video, any brands mentioned in this video, it doesn't matter if I don't like it and you do. We've all got personal preferences. We all like different things. And a lot of these brands also sell some of my holy grail products as well. So these are just particular things that I found that didn't work for me. But this one, oh my gosh. So this leaves the most incredible texture on my skin like you would not believe. It just makes me look aged and rough, and it doesn't last during the day. It transfers off. It was just a hot mess for me. And this one's kind of similar. It's funny, this is actually one of Sephora's best-selling, I think is their best-selling foundation. But I don't know, I don't like the way it looks on my skin. I find that it settles into fine lines and just don't like it. But I'm gonna try using both of, should we use both? I don't know. Yeah, let's use both for fun. I'm just going to put a little bit of the Tarte one on first. I tried to get this to work that many times. Just had absolutely no luck whatsoever with it. I don't like to give up on things. I like to give them a good shot. So that's what I did. I've tried it with a sponge. I've tried it with a damp sponge. I've tried it with a brush. I've tried it with my fingers. It doesn't seem to matter how I apply it. My skin hates it. It hates it. I'm going to zoom you guys in and show you what it's looking like on my skin already. You're going to freak out. Hopefully you can actually see on the camera, but look at my nose. Look at all the texture that has appeared on my nose, and there's bits of red skin kind of poking through. Look at all the texture on my cheek here. It's funny too, this foundation was actually targeted towards like combo oily skin types. It just makes my skin look dry as a bone. I don't know what it is, but my face hates it. So to try to cover up a little bit of that redness and build a bit more coverage, I'm taking the Makeup Forever HD in the shade Y305. I'm not sure if this is the right shade. We're about to find out. Oh yeah, not bad. And I'm just going to work that over the top. I am a fan of mixing foundations, and sometimes, you know, if you've got two foundations that you hate, you've already spent the money on them, you don't know what to do with them, try mixing them together, because you never know. You've got nothing to lose, so you never know. They might work better when mixed together. Okay, I think that's pretty good for foundation for now. Let's move on to the eyes. Actually, let's zoom in so you can see. First up, I'm going to do my brows. This is the Alpha Eyebrow Kit in the shade Dark, and the reason that I do not like this is it's because it's incredibly warm toned. Just you wait and you see when I apply it, it makes my eyebrows look red. So I'm taking the powder and I'll just start gently filling in the brows. It's actually a real shame because I don't mind, you know, the consistency of the product. I don't mind the lasting power. It's basically just the shade is terrible. And I've tried all the other shades and they're all much too light for me. And the one that's meant to suit me is like a red. There's not really many brow products that I'm like, ugh, I don't like that. I've definitely got favorites. Like I definitely prefer powders and pomades as opposed to using pencils, but there's definitely not many that I'm like, whoa, look at my eyebrow, it's red. Oh my gosh, look at my brow in comparison to the roots of my hair. Ginger brow. It's funny too, like adding more powder and making it even darker doesn't help. It just makes it more red. Much confused. And actually, to tell you the truth, it looks not that bad on camera, but in person, next up, to prime my eyes, I've got the Model's Own eyeshadow base, eyeshadow primer. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had any luck with this. I actually adore Model's Own, all of their eyeshadow palettes and cheek palettes and those amazing like metallic lid like eyeshadows. Oh, they're so good. But I don't know. Their eye primers and their face primers, yeah, they leave a lot to be reckoned with. This one basically, like, it doesn't set down. It stays wet on the eye. It's really difficult to blend out. Like, you sort of, you know, continue pressing it in and moving it around and moving it around, and it kind of like covers one section and then leaves another section red. You're going to have creasing and your eyeshadows are probably not going to stay all day. So, got to be honest, you need to know from the get-go. Oh, I just realized I forgot to paint my nails. Oh, I just realized I got a broken nail. Excuse me, honey. Sorry. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I have two palettes here. I've got the Kylie Holiday 2016 palette. Absolutely detest this. I'm still kicking myself for wasting money on this. It's just a really tricky palette to work with. The pigmentation's not great. The color selection in this is also quite odd. Just total waste of money. And the other one that I've got here is the Rock Nudes by Maybelline. I actually really like the colors in this palette. It's a really nice selection of smoky, darker, cool tones, but the pigmentation is terrible and the fallout and the blendability it's just no good. So we are basically going to be using both of these to try and come up with something that's not too scary. The Maybelline Burgundy Bar palette though, you guys, you need that. Is this a shimmer? No. Is it a shimmer? Oh, look, whatever this color is, this one here, I'm going to use it to set down my lids because I can already feel that eyeshadow primer like literally moving around. Like my eyelids feel greasy and gross. Setting them down. Oh gosh, it's already creased as well. Oh, it's left a big line there too. Look what's happened. Why? Okay, so for my transition shade, I'm going to use this one from the Kylie palette. It's kind of like a soft, oh, I should have used that to set down because that's way more of a nude than it looks like in the palette. Oh, that's better. It's an actual matte. The one that I ended up setting with was not a matte. Oops. Okay, so for my transition color, I'm going to take this sort of dusty rose one here. Do these have names? Oh, they do. Sugar Cookie, this one's called. I'm going to work that one backwards and forwards through the crease. They don't blend that well. If I'm spending, and especially like the amount that these cost for what you get, if I'm spending even a small amount of money on an eyeshadow palette, like I want it to work. I don't want to waste my money on something that's tricky to work with, that's tricky to blend out, that I just have a hard time, you know, getting to work because you know that you're never going to reach for it. It is a waste of money. You might as well throw it out. Keep blending, keep blending, keep blending. And even then, like look how choppy it is. I don't know. I've tried several times to get this to work with no luck at all. Maybe we'll do something a bit like a purple smoky eye, maybe? I don't really have too many other options at this point. I'm going to go into this one here. I'm going to work that on the outer corners of my eyes. Like, I feel like with this palette, it's just not very well thought out in terms of colors as well. Like, I feel like it was released because it was like, oh, we have to release a holiday palette. Let's just quickly throw some shades together that weren't in our last few palettes. Like, that's kind of the gist that I get. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time blending out this deep purple as well. It doesn't want to work with me. I'm going to go back to this Maybelline palette and I'm going to use this one here. It's like a shimmery pink kind of color. It looks pretty, but it's just very patchy, not pigmented. And I've got that on a flat brush and I'm just going to sort of put that over the purples because it's more of like a, I don't know, kind of like a glitter topper. It's not like a fully opaque kind of a shadow. I'd call it a topper. Or maybe it is a shadow and it's just the pigment's not good. I don't know. Everything on my nose is separated again, so Using a second foundation didn't work. Okay, for mascara, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I realize that this is literally most of the world's holy grail mascara. There's a couple of things personally that don't work for me. Firstly, the brush is just way too big for my eyes. I do have quite small eyes, so it's just a little bit, it's too big for me to kind of use easily. But let's try this style out. This style's not as bad as a lot of them that I've tried, but like, look how big it is on me. It overtakes everything. I mean, you can't even see the eyeshadow color. Shall we even put lashes on? What do you guys think? I don't know what to do, really. It's gonna piss my eyes off so bad. Okay, so for concealer, I've got this one by NYX. This is the NYX, it's the full coverage, Above and Beyond full coverage concealer. I don't know why I can't get this to work for me. I just, a lot of people really like it. Same story as pretty well everything else, but it's crepey on me, it's patchy, it doesn't stay, it creases, it just doesn't do well with my skin. I'm gonna apply it on a brush. I'm just gonna go in and pat it into the skin. And I mean, like everything else, I have tried applying this in multiple different ways, but unfortunately without any luck. Just looks like dry texture. Oh my God, my skin looks so bad. Oh no. Okay, can we fix the nose debacle? That is the question. I'm gonna put it on. Oh my God, it's made it worse. Oh my God, why? I've actually got a cream bronzer and highlighter, so we're gonna use these first before moving on to powder. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear BB cream bronzer. Something like that. I'll link it down below. Basically, I have a really hard time getting this to work. It wipes off my foundation, and I'm not sure why. It's got a little sponge applicator, and you squeeze the product and it comes out of the middle there. Sorry, you don't squeeze it, you turn it up. Oh, it's probably a bit much. Pop it on the back of my hand and get rid of the excess, and then we'll try and apply it. But it's like whatever is in this, it dissolves my foundation. I've tried it with a bunch of different foundations as well. Like I've said, I mean, I've tested these products properly, guys. I'm not just, this isn't a once-off use and I'm like, nah, see ya, I'm writing you off. Like I have tried to make these work. It's sort of tricky to blend out too. I tell you what though, because it is dissolving the foundation, it's removing all of that awful texture that I've got on my cheeks. Like you can see like a very distinct line here, really, really textured and then not as textured because this product has dissolved the foundation. So I really should just put it everywhere, shouldn't I? Whoa, it is like a science experiment. It dissolves the foundation straight away. Possible. For a highlighter, I've got the Fenty Beauty Match Stick Shimmer Skin Stick in the color Starstruck. I absolutely love the concealer and contour versions of these. They're gorgeous, very pigmented, and very long lasting on oily skin. They're kind of like a drier formula, but because the highlighter, like this is a cream highlighter, because this is also a drier formula, it's very difficult to get it to work. You cannot apply it directly to the cheek, like because it just, you could go all day and it doesn't come off. You can't wipe because when you do wipe it, it wipes off your foundation because it's so dry. The best thing really is to use it with a finger, but if I've gone to all of this effort, I want to be able to see it on the skin. You can't really see it on the skin. So for me, this one's a no-go. But like I said, I love, love, love the concealer and contour versions. Like I use the contour stick all the time. Actually, that reminds me, I need to put that on my backups. I've got a list of products that I need to buy that are nearly run out. Does anyone else keep a list like that? I feel like I look how I look at the end of my foundation reviews. Like exhausted, like I've had a really hard day of work. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set all of this down now. And for powder, this I think is my most disliked powder. So this is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. It's funny because I love, love, love the Mineralized Skin Finish Naturals in like the bronzer shades. They're gorgeous. The formula is amazing. But for some reason, the powder, like the setting powder version of these, my skin just hates them. It causes instant texture. It all looks very, very rough. It doesn't stay matte. It doesn't set it down. I mean, oh, You guys are going to freak when you see my nose close up. It just, I don't know. And this is another one of those products when everyone's like, I love that product. How can you not like it? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It just doesn't work for me. Remember when I bought this powder too? Like, whenever I saved up any money and could afford it, I always used to go to MAC. I still do, to be honest. I freaking love MAC. Remember I bought it and I was like, oh my God, I finally got the setting powder that everybody's talking about. Yes, I've made it. Oh my gosh. Took it home, used it, and I was like, what? What? You guys are going to die when you see my skin close up. Is that a hair? Or you were not invited. No. No, no, no. Okay, so for blush, I've got this one by Hard Candy. This is the Fox in a Box blush in the shade Hot Flash. This is what it looks like inside. It comes with like a tiny little brush and it's 4 different colors that you blend together to create a custom shade. I just find this to be really unflattering, and I find that after, 30 minutes of applying it, it's no longer there. It's also quite patchy. It is also quite patchy. It's funny, it's nearly like, wherever your brush hits this deeper pink shade and then comes into contact with the skin, the pink pigment stays there where it is, and you can brush off the excess, like you can do whatever. It's just not, it's not a cute color. Look at the color. Because the squares are so small, you can't really go in individually and like skip this shade here. Pretty much what you end up with is just that shade, and like it's shimmery. Like this one here is more of like a highlight color. And I don't like it. And then finally for lips. And again, there's always an outroar when I mention this. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Velvet Liquid Lipsticks. Now, it's not just this shade. I've got the shade Charm here. It's not just this shade. But whenever I wear these, I get that really, really gross, like, that line of like gunk that builds up on the inside of your lips. It's so disgusting. It happens after 5 minutes. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Oh, that mascara's transferred already too. And that powder hasn't set anything down. I'm sticky. They smell amazing. The colors are amazing. The packaging is amazing. Like all of that, love. And I love the original like liquid lipstick formula that she did. But the velvets, it just doesn't work for me. All right. I'm still trying to toss up if I should actually put these lashes on. I feel like I should. I'm going to do it real quick. Like, I love big, thick, dramatic false lashes. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely adore them. But they need to be actually comfortable to wear. These make me feel like I need to stab myself in the eye. It's just too, like, thick and inflexible. Oh my gosh, my eyes are starting to water. Quick, let's shoot the end of the video before it's too late. Ow. I feel like if you don't have sensitive eyes, and you've got really big, huge, amazing eyes, you probably would like these. Oh, it makes me look like I've got one lazy eye. What? What is going on with this lash? It's like they're not even. Oh, is that fixed then? I actually think this particular pair might be a faulty pair, because they are definitely not the same eyelash. That side is nice and tall, sort of through the arch. Oh. How bizarre does that look? It's like this one's longer on the inner corner and shorter on the outer corner. And I definitely put, the right one on the right eye and the left one on the left eye. All right, whatever. So there you have it, guys. This is a full face of products that I just do not like. I do not recommend. In fact, I recommend that you avoid them. If you've got any questions about anything that I have used, please pop it in the comment section down below. I also really, really, really want to know, have you tried these products yourself? Oh no, the line started. Told ya. Let me know, have you tried any of these products yourself? I want to know, did you like them? Did you hate them? Did you have the same experience as me? Let me know all of it. And just for fun, let's zoom in so you can get a really nice close look of what this is looking like. So, oh my gosh, these lashes, I'm dead. Red eyebrows, ridiculously textured skin. Look at my skin. Look at all that skin on my nose. It's so bad. All down here. Really dry and textured looking, all on my chin, my forehead. Look at in between my brows. It looks like I'm dehydrated, and we all know I'm not. The mascara is already transferring underneath my eyes. You can see the little dots just here and sort of just in the center here, and that weird gross line, it's already started. Look at it, just here. These products don't work for me, guys. But yes, I hope that you really enjoyed today's video. I love you all so, so much. Let me know your most hated products down below as well, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!